When the Andy Griffith Show returned for its 6th season on CBS, viewers were in for a big change. All of a sudden, Mayberry was brimming with color. Yep, the network had made the decision to begin filming in color, and one might think that the show would be all the better for it. But you know what? I'm one of those guys who thinks that the show was better off when it was filmed in black and white. And I've got 5 reasons to substantiate my claim. So without any further ado, let's start with number 5. And number 5 is simply that the show had originally been planned to run for 5 years. As such, the stories that were crafted for all of the wonderful residents of Mayberry didn't have the same sort of fatigue that seemed to creep into later seasons. They were original and lively, and the cast of characters for those first few seasons all seemed to really play well off of each other. Floyd the Barber, Ernest T., and the Darling family. So much fun. And at number 4, I've got to talk just a bit about the music in the show. Talking about the Darling family reminded me about it. But is it my imagination, or did the later seasons not seem to utilize music the same way that the earlier seasons did? So many episodes early on included Andy playing his guitar on the front porch, and of course the Darling family. Well, they were awesome. And I really loved the episodes during Season 1 featuring James Best as Jim Lindsay, a local Mayberry boy who makes it big in the music industry. Do me a favor and type in the phrase Andy Griffith guitar, those 3 words, into Google and do an image search. Do you see any color photos from the series? Me neither. Reasons number 3 and 2 are that Gomer and Barney left the show. I've already talked about the great cast, and I don't want to take anything away from George Lindsay, who played Goober, but there is only one Gomer Pyle, and quite frankly, Jim Nabors played him to perfection. He was such a popular character on the show that, as everyone knows, he got his own show. It was great in its own right, but still, Mayberry never quite recovered from the day that Gomer joined the Marines. And Don Knotts? Well, there are those that simply say that the show should not have bothered to go on. That the Andy Griffith Show was really the Don Knotts Show. I do understand where they are coming from. So does Jack Burns, the talented comedic actor who was asked to step into Knotts' shoes. Things did not go well, and before you knew it, Deputy Warren was gone. Speaking about the loss of Neighbors and Knotts, I've got to say that I don't think the addition of Anita Corso as a recurring love interest for Andy helped much. While some fans love Helen Crump, other fans like myself feel like she was a bit of a wet blanket. Why did Ellie have to leave? Why? Even if Andy didn't end up romantically involved with her, she was a wonderfully strong female character on the show and could have added strength in the later years when many of the other recurring cast members didn't appear as frequently or were gone altogether. And the number one reason, and while some of you may scratch your heads and say, no duh, I don't think this one can be discounted at all. The number one reason is that these stories just felt like they were meant to be black and white. There are times when less is more and more is less, and if that makes any sense at all, this was definitely one of those times. The black and white episodes have a timeless feel to them, while the color episodes feel dated. It's hard to explain, but the limited palette of the earlier episodes created a sense of intimacy that was immediately lost when the show started filming in color. What do you think? Do you enjoy the black and white episodes of the Andy Griffith Show more? Or do you feel like the later seasons in color were just as much fun to watch? Please share your memories in the comments section below, and while you're at it, please click on the thumbs up icon and give this video a like. Also, I would be absolutely honored if you considered subscribing to my channel. I talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.